Hey guys, welcome back to another video here, and in this video we're going to be checking out some freeze-dried bugs from Fish Organics and Reptile Supplies. So Corey from Fish Organics and Reptile Supplies, he reached out a long time ago and gave me some samples of the freeze-dried bugs that he actually has as part of his stock range. Now, if you guys don't know Fish Organics, they are a wholesale supplier that I'm obviously sponsored by with this channel, and they make a bunch of good reptile products as well as sell livestock such as fish, frogs, corals, invertebrates, all sorts of stuff. So he's got an immense range of stuff. So, if you are a pet shop or if you're in the industry, worth reaching out and just seeing what Corey's got on his list. But in particular, a little while ago now, actually a long while ago now, he reached out and he gave me a good handful of these freeze-dried bugs to try out. And, he just wanted some honest feedback. So, I got a thing of dried crickets, these guys here. We've got a thing of dried mealworms. We've got a packet of dried superworms or giant mealworms. And we've also got a pack of woodies as well. Now, he did send me out some dried black soldier fly larvae, and I have not misplaced them, but I have donated them to a resident lounge lizard, Reggie, down at my father-in-law's, my mother-in-law's, and he's snacking away on those black soldier fly larvae, the dehydrated black soldier fly larvae down there. So the point of this video today is the fact that I have been testing these for quite a while, and I have found that, some species like these sorts of things more than others. There's no denying that. But what we want to do today is we want to kind of go around, give a whole bunch of these things out to the lizards that we've got going on here and see who wants what and who's keen on what. I will caveat this video to say sometimes monitors in particular can be a little bit hit and miss on this sort of stuff. However, dragons, which we have a few of now, seem to be really good on this sort of stuff. Skinks, of course, love these kind of bugs too. And, even if you're into birds, like if you've got chooks or something like that, man, these things, awesome little dietary supplement. I will actually make a comment just before we start any of the videos on the actual quality of the product, or what I kind of tend to think about the quality of the product. Now, these freeze-dried bugs, I've already kind of stipulated that I've had them for a number of months now. So, you'd think things kind of degrade down if they're not looked after properly. They come in an awesome snap seal bag, and I have to say, the actual bugs themselves are some of the most, I'll say, robust, for lack of a better term, bugs in general. So, as far as like a wood roach or something like that goes, they've actually got like their full body, their full shape, minus antennas which break off naturally. But, as far as the actual bugs go, they haven't like crumbled up into dust, which is awesome. So yeah, the main point of this video today is I really want to show you guys this product because it might be something you can add into your arsenal. Now, I'm going to stipulate the fact that I'm not a big dry food kind of guy. I tend to feed a lot of live bugs. But we all know that life gets in the way, and every now and then things happen and you get caught in a pinch where you can't run down to the pet shop and get your live bugs. Or, something happens, like recently we had a cricket shortage in Australia. So, you could have these sorts of things on hand to kind of be like a bit of a backup sort of situation to make sure that you've got some sort of food for your critters. And let's go see who wants to eat some of these Fish Organic dried bugs. Okay, so let's start off with the Kimberley rock monitors, seeing these guys are already out at the moment. I'm going to try to do some of the dried crickets because these guys absolutely fiend on crickets. And if not, I've also got the pack of woodies open next to me. As I said, these guys can be kind of like hit and miss with dried bugs in particular. They get really triggered by movement and such. So we're going to see how this goes and see if they want to have a little go at it. Start with the female, seeing she's not so shy. We'll see what she says, hey? It's funny because the male's actually, you can kind of just see he's kind of sneaking over, having a little bit of a peekaboo of what's going on here. So we might even see if we can entice him into a couple. Oops. See, that's the movement. I just dropped that one and kind of flicked off the tongs. But that movement, that got them more excited than anything. Well, there you go. The male's decided to take on one of the woodies. All the other ones have been kind of scattered to the floor to become part of the ecosystem by the looks of it. Let's just see if we can kind of get a few more feeds out of it, maybe a bit of movement. There we go, the female's onto one too. Whoops, she's dropped it. These guys, being like lizard and insect specialists in the wild, they are a little bit funny when it comes to things like movement and that. They don't seem to, like, they seem to be attracted by the smell, but I think that movement really just drives their instincts to be like super focused on, I've got to go and eat that. That being said, it'd be interesting to kind of like leave a bowl in here and just see how they kind of go over a period of time to see if they decide to pick it up and kind of eat a whole bunch of bugs. So we're over at the depressor tank now, the little spiny tail skinks. So we're going to see if we can entice a couple of these guys out on hopefully a couple of the smaller roaches that are in here. And we'll give that a bit of a go to start, and then we'll see what they think about the mealworms and the crickets. I've got to try to get them out of the logs to start because they're hiding away. It is starting to kind of cool down a little bit here. So one little one, I don't know if you were able to see that, one little one's just grabbed one of those woodies up there and he's munching down on it. Okay, he's grabbed half a woody, the other half still on the tongs. He's munched that down. Come on, mate. There goes the other half. Someone who should never let us down will be little Sonic here. He's a good bearded dragon and he loves his tucker. So he should be pretty onto these sorts of crunchy goodness. Treats. Loves a little mealy. Let's see how he goes with the woodies as well while we're here. He's definitely not shy about food, this fella. Apparently the woodies get the tick of approval as well. What about the crickets, mate? Crickets are good too. I think this dragon just loves food in general, to be quite frank, so, you know, kind of like shooting fish in a barrel with this guy. But that goes to show you the bearded dragons, definitely fans of the Fish Organic dried bugs. Oh, while we're here, well, let's see if we can do all 4 types. Now, I will say that the superworms are the ones that I've probably used the most and seem to get the most kind of feedback from these guys. There you go, that's a pretty solid tick of approval. That'll be a pretty happy little beardy too. So there's another lizard here that I don't think we're going to have any issues with as far as feeding some of these bugs out to, and that is Billy the Filly, of course. He's a bit of a stonking lizard, and with that comes a pretty decent appetite. So I'll see if I can kind of try to keep him in frame here because he's a bit hidden, bud. Come on. Alright, we still got him. What about a woody? Whoop. Drop that one. Let's go again. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, the dragons definitely hook into these bugs pretty easy. They just seem to really love them. There's a few woodies for you, pal. Oh, I almost dropped the whole bag of crickets on the ground. That would have been horrible. Here we go, here we go. A few crickets for you. God, he's a lazy lizard too. The mealworms are definitely a hit, as are, you know, the crickets and the woodies obviously, but mealworms are always a bit of a hit with any dragon pretty much. A little bit of fat in them. Must make them a little bit tastier or something, I think. What a solid little feed. Well done, mate. You got a bit of woody on your face there. Yeah, I think if I was to leave like a whole bowl of these in there, he'd just go ham on them. Alright, so we're down at the Boyd's Forest Dragon tank now. They've always got a pretty decent appetite on them. I've got a little bowl here that's actually just a little mealworm bowl. You can see as soon as I move that bowl too, the females. Don't you bite me. Jeez. I think they might be hungry. Why don't we even do something a little bit different? Let's see if we can get them out on the ground. Because these guys usually aren't too opposed to coming out on the ground. Look at this. Got mealworms everywhere. Look. Come here. Come here. I'll show them a few things and I reckon they'll jump out of this tank at them. Look. Look. I'll definitely have to clean the floor up after this, but this is a bit of fun. Let's see who wants what. Come on, guys. I think one of the biggest things for lizards in particular is just the movement. You know, that movement really tells them that it's a live prey. So for lizards in particular, it can be a little bit funny not seeing things moving around in front of them. So maybe that's just one of the causes that kind of tells them that it's not particularly live. But, you know, that being said, the dragons are pretty good at hooking into bits and pieces. They're not super fussy. The male who is not eating right now, he's always been a little bit more timid around food. Well, we'll leave them with a bit of a mixed bowl as well. I think that's a good idea. Yep, she's chomping on it. So yeah, she definitely approves. I think the male's just a little bit standoffish. He's funny. He's always letting the female eat first, and she's definitely the boss. Okay, so we're over at Tiddly's tank. Obviously, this looks like a little bit of a mess at the moment, but don't worry, that's coming up in a new video. We're going to do a bit of an update on this tank and do a bit of a clean. But she's usually really good at eating everything, including my hands and cameras. So we got to be prepared for her to jump out of this tank. I'm going to remove this glass so that we can actually see the beauty that is Tiddly, the magnificent green tree frog. See if I can just focus in on her a little bit up there. Perfect. Now let's see if this girl wants a cockroach to start. Oh yes. There we go. There is no denying that this frog absolutely has a great appetite. She's a fantastic little eater. Oh. She's smacking these down with a lot of gusto already, isn't she? Okay, I've got it in a bit of a better focus now for you. Let's see if she wants a cricket to wash down those woodies. Yep. She's definitely not saying no to that. She is an absolute guts, this frog, and I absolutely love her to bits. This girl came from Karen Russell. I'm actually really stoked that I got a girl. As much as I love frogs croaking, I just can't handle it in an apartment right now. So I love having this little froggy. Oh, she's gone for a splash right down the bottom. Let me see if I can pick her back up here. Put her back on her little log. There you are, darling. I love this frog. Absolutely love this frog. Now, I'll give her another couple of mealworms, I reckon. And then that'll do her for a good little feed. Oh, you hang up there. Perfect. Yeah, man. What a cool frog. Absolutely love this species, the old magnificent tree frog. She's a gorgeous looking specimen. Okay, so I'm also going to offer a bowl of goodies to the lizards outside, so that includes my Cunningham skink and my blotched blue tongue. So I'm going to chuck a couple of these in this bowl here. So we've got a few crickets. Open up this bag of mealworms as well. That first superworm, or the giant mealworm, was just one that I accidentally had knocked into one of the Gillenite tubs and didn't want them eating. What else we got here? Got a few more superworms. So yeah, we'll do like a little bit of a mixed buffet for them. And I might even, just because I've already got them already out, I might actually give them a little bit of a mix of some strawberries and blueberries as well. Just a few in there, maybe a few more woodies. And we'll see if they kind of kick into this as well. Alright. So pretty much whenever any of this kind of like berries and stuff that my son doesn't eat kind of start getting towards the end of its life, the lizards kind of score a few bits and bobs. Not too much, but enough that they can have a little treat. Alright, so that'll do that. And I'm just going to mix that in a little bit with these tongs. And hopefully, the these lizards will actually appreciate this and have a bit of a meal for us. I'm not actually sure where these guys are at the moment, but they might come out and have a bit of a nibble on us later. I did come out later and actually caught the blotchy hooking in, so that's always a good thing to see. So there you have it, guys. This is a look at the Fish Organics range of dried bugs. Obviously missing the black soldier fly larvae that Reggie is enjoying. Guys, what I would say is, would I recommend this product? Yeah, hell yeah. Why wouldn't you want to give it a go? Especially if you've got lizards that in particular would probably enjoy this sort of stuff. There's no reason why you couldn't give it a go and at least add one bag to your kind of like in case of emergency stash. Would I want to think that it's going to become like a staple thing? Probably not. The only time that I think that it could become like a little bit of a staple thing is if you were one of those people that kind of make your own food mixes for certain animals. Like some people like to make their own kind of like blue tongue loafs or, you know, monitor foods and things like that where you could add these sorts of bugs through there. I think that would be a fantastic idea. But certainly, like as far as a product goes, there is no reason why I wouldn't actually go and buy this off a shelf myself. I think if you were having chickens or something like that, you'd be silly not to, because it's just such a good way to kind of add food into their diet in particular. As you guys would have seen in the video, there were some lizards that were a little bit hesitant to it, and I can't blame them at the end of the day. If they're getting live food on the regular, you know, essentially 100% of the time, they're going to want to chase live food. That's just kind of what their instincts are going to tell them. But, you know, plenty of the dragons and things like that, they definitely hooked in and gave it a red hot crack, so you can't complain about that. And man, Tiddalik, well, as far as a frog goes, she's a machine. So guys, do me a favour and go and check out Fish Organics and Reptile Supplies over on Facebook. Give the page a like and encourage your local pet shop to potentially reach out to Corey and yeah, hopefully get a few of his products on the shelf, because he makes some awesome gear. I mean, you guys would have seen that I've used his bioactive kits in the past, and you know, they're kind of like a one-stop shop as far as bioactive kits go. And he's got awesome things like tongs and hooks and all that sort of gear as well. And I mean, that's just the reptile side of it. So, you know, there's plenty of other stuff to do with fish and marine fish and stuff like that as well. So guys, if you have liked this video and you do want to show your support to the channel, please make sure you drop a like down below. Put a comment down below as well. Let me know what you think about dry products in particular for lizards. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, or if you've got other brands and things that you enjoy food ranges of. I reckon that'd be cool to just open up a bit of a discussion. And if you did want to go that next step further and support the channel even further, you can go and check me out on Teespring and grab yourself some merch, or you can go and find me over on Patreon as well and become a member over there. Until the next video, guys, take it easy. I'll catch you then.